Did you know that by age 65, nearly 7 out of 10 seniors in America carry dangerous belly fat around their waist? And this isn't the extra pounds we joke about. Doctors call it toxic fat because it quietly suffocates your organs, raises blood sugar, and makes every movement, from standing up to tying your shoes, feel heavier than it should. It's one of the main reasons so many older adults lose their independence years too soon. But here's the shocking contrast. In Japan, there are over 95,000 people aged 100 and older, many still lean, active, and walking to the market on their own. Their secret isn't genetics. It isn't fancy supplements. It isn't endless hours in a gym. It's something far simpler, small, daily movements, many of them done right from a chair, that keep the core awake, the metabolism burning, and belly fat from taking over. And that's exactly what you're about to learn. In this video, I'll show you 7 chair exercises, revealed step by step from the easiest to the most powerful, designed to shrink stubborn belly fat, strengthen your middle, and give you back confidence in your body. No floor workouts, no complicated machines, just a chair and a few minutes of focus each day. Before we dive in, I'd love to hear from you. Drop your first name and where you're watching from in the comments. I read every single one, and it's amazing to see seniors from all over the world encouraging each other on this journey. Exercise number 1, seated side bends. Wake up the waist. If belly fat collects around the middle, it makes sense to start by waking up the waist itself. And that's exactly what this first move does. It's simple, it's safe, and it's often overlooked. But don't underestimate it. Seated side bends gently switch on the obliques, those deep side muscles that act like your body's natural corset. Here's how to do it. Sit tall in a sturdy chair with your feet flat on the floor, hip width apart. Place your left hand on your thigh for support. Raise your right arm slowly overhead, keeping your spine long. Gently lean to the left, stretching the side of your waist. Hold for 5 to 10 seconds, then return to center. Switch sides and repeat. Start with 5 reps per side, moving slowly and with control. As you get stronger, aim for 10 to 12 reps per side. Why does this matter? Because those side muscles aren't just about looks. They help stabilize your spine every time you twist, reach, or get out of bed. When they're weak, belly fat takes over, your posture collapses forward, and your back absorbs all the strain. When they're strong, your waistline pulls in, your balance improves, and even everyday clothes fit better. In fact, physical therapists often prescribe this exact motion as a gentle way to re-engage the core for older adults. A study in the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity found that seniors who practice side-bending exercises improve both trunk strength and mobility within just 8 weeks. That means less stiffness, fewer aches, and a slimmer-looking waistline. Safety tip: if you feel unsteady, keep both hands on your thighs and focus on a small, controlled bend instead of reaching overhead. The key is consistency, not intensity. This gentle movement is your first step. It may not torch belly fat on its own, but it wakes up the waistline and lays the foundation for every exercise that follows. And in a moment, we'll take it up a notch with a move that doesn't just stretch the waist. It starts training your core stability in a way that protects your balance and shrinks belly fat even faster. Exercise 2, seated march with core engagement. Switch on your metabolism. Now that your waist is awake, it's time to gently raise your heart rate and fire up the muscles that burn fat around your middle. The seated march looks simple, but it's one of the best ways to wake up your metabolism, especially when you focus on pulling your knees from your core instead of just lifting your legs. Here's how to do it. Sit on the edge of a sturdy chair, feet flat, posture tall. Place your hands lightly on the sides of the chair for balance. Lift your right knee a few inches towards your chest, engaging your stomach muscles. Lower it slowly back down, then switch to the left knee. Continue alternating in a smooth, controlled march. Start with 30 to 60 seconds, resting if you need to. As you get stronger, aim for 2 to 3 minutes at a steady pace. Why does this matter? Because marching in place while seated is more than moving your legs. It activates the lower abs, strengthens the hip flexors, and improves circulation in the belly region. And when you combine movement with core tightening, you teach your body to recruit belly muscles that often switch off with age. In fact, studies show that even light cardio movements, like seated marching, can increase fat oxidation and improve insulin sensitivity in older adults. Translation: your body gets better at using stored fat for energy instead of hanging onto it around the waist. Safety tip: if lifting your knees high feels uncomfortable, start with small movements. Even raising your heels off the floor counts. The key is to engage your core every time you lift, not how high your knees go. Do this daily, and you'll notice your endurance improving, your belly muscles tightening, and your energy picking up. And once you're comfortable with this, we'll add a twist, literally, with the next move. Because combining marching with rotation targets belly fat from another angle most exercises miss. Exercise 3. Seated march with a twist. Target the obliques. By now, your waist is warmed up and your metabolism is switched on. But belly fat doesn't just sit in the front, it wraps around the sides, creating that stubborn spare tire. To fight it, you need rotation. The seated march with a twist combines core activation, balance, and gentle cardio all at once, making it one of the most efficient belly fat burners you can do without leaving your chair. Here's how to do it. Sit upright on the edge of a sturdy chair, feet flat. Place your fingertips lightly behind your ears, no pulling on the head. Lift your right knee while gently rotating your torso toward it. Return to center, then lift your left knee while rotating the opposite way. Continue alternating for a steady rhythm. Right knee plus left twist, left knee plus right twist. Start with 20 reps total, 10 each side. As you build strength, work up to 1 to 2 minutes nonstop. Why does this matter? Because this movement engages both the rectus abdominis, the six-pack muscles in front, and the obliques, the side muscles. Together, they create a natural tightening effect across your whole midsection. The twisting also improves spinal mobility, something that declines with age and often contributes to stiffness and poor posture. Research from the Journal of Strength and Conditioning shows that rotational core exercises increase calorie burn more effectively than straight-line ab work, especially in older adults. That means more belly fat used as energy and less sitting around the waistline. Safety tip: keep your movements controlled, not jerky. Think slow twist instead of a fast crunch. And if raising your knees high feels tough, keep the march shallow and focus on the twist. Done consistently, this move not only trims your waist, but also sharpens your balance. That's because your core and hips learn to work together, protecting you from slips and falls. And once you've mastered marching with a twist, we'll move to a different kind of bend that strengthens the waist while gently stretching tight muscles. It's one of the simplest ways to slim the sides of your belly without straining your back. Exercise 4. Seated side crunches. Shrink the spare tire. So far, you've bent and twisted, 2 key motions to wake up the waist. Now we're going to add a true crunching motion to actively contract the side belly muscles. Think of it as teaching your waist to pull in again, which not only tones the area, but also supports your spine every time you move. Here's how to do it. Sit upright on the edge of a sturdy chair, feet planted firmly. Place your fingertips behind your ears, elbows open wide. Slowly bend to the right, bringing your right elbow towards your right hip. Pause briefly, feeling the side muscles squeeze. Return to center, then repeat on the left side. Start with 8 to 10 reps per side, moving slowly. Build up to 15 reps per side as your strength improves. Why does this matter? Because belly fat isn't just about calories in and out. As we age, our core muscles weaken and switch off, which makes fat settle around the waist even faster. Seated side crunches directly target the obliques, the same muscles that tighten the waistline and support twisting movements like turning in bed, reaching into cupboards, or stepping off a curb. Studies from the European Review of Aging and Physical Activity show that targeted core strengthening in older adults not only reduces waist circumference, but also improves functional independence. That means a slimmer belly and more confidence in daily life. Safety tip: don't hunch forward. Keep your chest open and imagine your ribs sliding sideways toward your hip. If bringing your elbow down feels too intense, start with just a small lean, even placing one hand on your thigh for support. This move begins to tighten the spare tire directly. It's your transition from gentle warm-up to true belly-shaping exercises. And now that your obliques are firing, we'll add a powerful lower belly move next. One that doesn't just tone your core, but also strengthens your legs, boosts circulation, and raises calorie burn in every session. Exercise number 5, seated knee lifts with squeeze. Attack the lower belly. If there's one spot seniors struggle with most, it's the lower belly. That pouch under the navel is stubborn, and ordinary crunches don't solve it, especially when getting on the floor is tough. That's where seated knee lifts with a squeeze come in. This move directly targets the lower abs while also strengthening the hips and improving circulation. Here's how to do it. Sit on the edge of a sturdy chair, hands holding the sides for support. Lean back slightly while keeping your spine straight and chest lifted. Lift your right knee toward your chest, squeezing your belly muscles as you exhale. Lower it with control, then repeat with the left knee. Once that feels comfortable, try lifting both knees together for an extra challenge. Start with 8 to 10 reps per leg. If doing both knees together, aim for 5-8 reps at first. Build up gradually. Why does this matter? Because the lower abs are the first to weaken with age, and the first place belly fat clings. Strengthening them doesn't just flatten the waistline, it also supports balance, improves how you walk, and reduces back strain. Every time you lift your knees with a squeeze, you're teaching your body to pull the belly in instead of letting it spill forward. A study in the Journal of Geriatric Physical Therapy found that seniors who practiced seated core lifts improved trunk control and reduced waist size within just 6 weeks. That's real, visible progress without ever leaving the chair. Safety tip: if lifting both knees feels unstable, stick to single knee lifts until your core catches up. The goal isn't speed, it's control. This is where you start to feel the belly truly working. Do this consistently, and you'll notice more core strength not just while sitting, but while walking, climbing stairs, or even getting in and out of bed. And next, we'll add a leg extension that tones the thighs and pulls in the belly at the same time, a 2-for-1 fat-burning move that keeps building momentum. Exercise number 6, seated leg extensions, core plus thigh tightening. By now, your side waist and lower belly are firing. But here's the truth. The belly doesn't work alone. Your thighs and abs are partners. Strengthening them together raises calorie burn, trims the waist, and protects your joints at the same time. That's what makes seated leg extensions so powerful. They engage your core and your legs in one smooth motion. Here's how to do it. Sit tall in a sturdy chair, feet flat on the floor, hands resting on the sides. Tighten your belly muscles as if pulling your navel gently toward your spine. Slowly extend your right leg forward until it's straight, foot flexed. Hold for 2 to 3 seconds, keeping the core braced. Lower with control and switch to the left leg. Start with 8 to 10 reps per leg. Over time, aim for 15 reps each side or hold the extended leg for 5 to 10 seconds to build endurance. Why does this matter? Because belly fat doesn't just weaken your midsection, it changes the way you move. Weak thighs mean you struggle with stairs, chairs, or standing for long periods. Strong thighs, supported by a tight core, mean better posture, faster calorie burn, and a slimmer waistline over time. Research in the Journal of Applied Gerontology found that combining core activation with leg strength exercises increase fat loss and improve mobility in adults over 65 more effectively than core or leg work alone. This simple move delivers both. Safety tip: if straightening the leg feels tough, start with smaller lifts. Even raising your heel a few inches off the ground works. The key is keeping the core braced every time. This move does more than tone the belly. It makes everyday activities easier, from standing up out of a chair to carrying groceries. And now that your legs and core are working as a team, we're ready for the final, most powerful chair exercise of all. One that combines strength, endurance, and belly activation into a single movement seniors can safely do at home. Exercise number 7, sit to stand, the ultimate belly fat burner. We've saved the best for last. Sit to stands may look simple, but they're often called the master move for seniors. Why? Because they combine everything we've built so far: core strength, leg power, balance, and calorie burn in one powerful exercise. And yes, every time you stand up using your stomach and legs, you're training your body to resist belly fat and reclaim independence. Here's how to do it. Sit tall on the edge of a sturdy chair. Feet flat and hip width apart. Cross your arms over your chest or place them on your thighs for support. Lean forward slightly, tightening your belly muscles. Press through your heels and stand up slowly, keeping your chest lifted. Lower yourself back down with control. Don't plop into the chair. Start with 5 to 8 reps. As you get stronger, aim for 10 to 15 reps in a row, resting as needed. Why does this matter? Because the sit to stand is the single most practical exercise for seniors. It mimics what you do dozens of times a day. Each rep strengthens your legs, pulls in your belly, and boosts your heart rate. Studies in the Journal of Aging Research show that regular sit-to-stands improve both waist circumference and functional independence in older adults, making them a proven fat-burning and life-extending move. Safety tip: if standing without support feels challenging, place your hands lightly on the arms of the chair or keep a sturdy surface nearby. Over time, challenge yourself by crossing your arms to force your belly and legs to do the work. Here's the hidden bonus. Sit-to-stands don't just trim your belly, they strengthen your independence muscles, the thighs, hips, and core that let you climb stairs, get out of bed, and move without fear. Do them daily, and you'll notice not just a tighter waistline, but also a stronger, more confident body. And now that you've learned all 7 exercises, it's time to put them together into a short daily routine that melts belly fat, fits into any schedule, and keeps you moving younger for years to come. You've made it to the end, and now you hold something powerful in your hands. Not just 7 exercises, but a system. A system designed to fight belly fat, strengthen your body, and give you back the energy and confidence age tries to take away. And here's the best part. You don't have to do all 7 every day. Just a few minutes, morning and evening, is enough to start changing your waistline and your health. Here's a simple plan you can follow. Morning, 5 minutes. Start with seated side bends for 1 minute to loosen the waist. Move into seated march with core engagement for 2 minutes to wake up your metabolism. Finish with seated leg extensions for 2 minutes to activate your thighs and core together. Evening, 7 minutes. Begin with seated side crunches for 1 minute to tighten the spare tire. Add seated march with a twist for 2 minutes to target obliques and rotation. Do seated knee lifts with squeeze for 2 minutes to hit the lower belly. End with sit-to-stands for 2 minutes, your daily strength and independence check-in. That's it. No gyms, no expensive programs, no excuses. Just 12 intentional minutes a day that, when compounded, begin to shrink belly fat, strengthen your independence muscles, and bring your body back to life. And remember, this isn't about being perfect. It's about being better than yesterday. In Japan, they call it Kaizen, small, consistent improvements that build into massive results over time. That's the mindset that keeps seniors in their 80s and 90s walking tall, moving with ease, and living life on their own terms. And it can do the same for you. If you've made it this far, I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below with your first name, age, and where you're watching from. I read every single one, and I'll be choosing a few people to send a free printable cheat sheet of all 7 chair exercises. And one last thing, if you believe senior health matters and that our elders deserve better care, more support, and lasting vitality, then subscribe and join us. Together, we're building a community where aging means strength, not weakness, and where belly fat no longer decides how you live your life.